Good morning. Ooh, just under the wire. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to Cross Examinations Live. Today's topic: Planned Parenthood. You lose. Good day, sir. But let's get into that a little bit later. I am your host, Mike S. Miller. You are on Blacklist Universe. Thank you for being here. And if you are new, please hit that subscribe button. If you are not new, please hit that like button. Hit that share button. Let's get some people in here to watch the show. Why is my Wi-Fi acting all funky? Alright, let's get over to my channel. Open up this window. Let's see who might be in here today. Oops, I shouldn't. 16 people in here now. What is up, Aaron Alfeche? What is up, Lady Celtic Moon? Michael Pronesti. P Money. Adrian Blom. Edwin Boyd. Facebook is definitely faster on the draw than YouTube with the notifications. Yeah. YouTube, I know. What the heck, YouTube? It's your job. You have one job. Notify people. What's up, Jim Crotty, Custom Elvis, Bear Under the Mountains, and everyone else who is making their way in here. Maybe I should go over to Facebook and say hi to some peoples. Let me check it out. Let me check it out. Check it out. I don't know. Would I get notifications for people watching there? Start a watch party? No, I don't want to do that. Do I just click it? No? One person watching live? That would be me watching live. So, no. Alright. Oops. I could just let it go. Do I have my whole computer muted? Is that the deal here? At any rate, pop out chat. I know, it's always doing all of this stuff. I got this comment today on one of my videos. What's up, Gary? Aaron Alfechi. Already here? Yeah, I already said hi to you. I don't need to say hi to you again. Metalhead, Joe K. Hello from extra hot Greece due to climate change. LOL. I know. Alright, I'm going to hit that like. I'm going to hit that share as an example to you all. Sorry, looking at the wrong camera. As an example to you all, I am hitting that like and hitting that share. Planned Parenthood, you lose. Why do I have to log in? How am I not logged in? Are you kidding me with this? Log in and tweet. Done. Alright, everyone must now follow suit. Let's get some more people in here. And then let me jump over to that comment I got. Actually, go to that. I wonder if I have to click this to go to that video. Alright, I'll click that. That's okay, then I can get over to the other comments from yesterday too, but actually, maybe I should start with those. And now let me start with this one. So, drama. We all say we hate drama, don't we? But we don't, do we? So Nem Denemem says, looking back at last month's videos, drawn and quartered, 1,500 to 2,800 viewers. Art-based videos with collaborations, 1,500 to 2,000 viewers, which is like, those are like 4, 5, 6 hour long videos, so that's not really. Doug and Ethan trilogy, 1,800, 2,300, 2,500. Most other videos, 3 to 800 viewers. Why do we love drama so much? And I responded, annoying, isn't it? And he responds, I would say yes, but it represents properly what comics-related content I watched the last month too. So I'll have to stick to a no. Why? I don't want to do drama. I don't want to. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to chase views. I don't want to chase subscribers. I don't want to chase super chats. I don't want to build a fan base to build an audience on something that I'm not personally actually interested in doing. You know, I want fans, I want audience that shares my real interests, so that none of this ever gets boring for me, and hopefully none of it gets boring for you. And I know it's not going to grow my channel the way, like, I mean, even like the Game of Thrones stuff. I mean, I love Game of Thrones, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't want to just go in, and I know the guys that went in and just started doing tearing down the Game of Thrones stuff. They were sharing this frustration with these other fans who were frustrated, and it blew up their channels. You know, it blew up Ideas of Ice and Fire. It blew up Nerdrotic. I think it blew up Order of the Green Hand. And just like Star Wars did with a lot of these Star Wars dudes, with the content. And yeah, I could see that they may be genuinely frustrated. I don't know, it's doing a frustrating video once in a while is understandable. I don't know, I just can't feed that much negativity. And so I will grow at my snail's pace and hope that I don't lose people by becoming something that I'm not. I'm not going to be something that I'm not. And I hope you guys get that. I hope you guys can see that I am earnest in who I am here. Not that my name is Ernest, but that I am forthright, that what I say you can believe, right? I'm not, because I saw those I did see all the man, those drama videos made a lot, and because I had something to say, right? It's not so much that I was trying to be dramatic or that I was trying to ride the wave. It's just that I had my opinion on this stuff, and I thought it was important. I find it silly to return something because someone else has personal issues. Yeah. I'm happy having a gentle, thoughtful audience who tolerate my boomerness and actually enjoy talking about things. Yes. Try to keep my streams positive. Immersion into the rage, it just isn't healthy. Yeah. But it also doesn't create the did you see what Mike said? And then I'll go watch the video. Mike, can you imagine EVS promoting your Super Christian Old Testament anti-gay comic on his show? Super Christian Old Testament anti-gay comic. No. It wasn't you, dude. It was the word of God you were speaking. They can't handle it. It triggers them. Kevin Ryan makes a good point. There's enough stupid out there to fill YouTube hours each day, Mike. I may do it myself. Yeah, so if never mind. Jay says, if people walk away from supporting you for your belief and principles, then they were never your fans anyways. Ethan and Doug were talking about you, so you had every right to respond. What is drama? Critiquing Captain Marvel can be drama. Speaking on Planned Parenthood can be drama. It can be. And that's the thing. I mean, there are real things in the world to get upset about every day. If I just wanted to farm stuff that I'm upset about every day, believe me, I could do some very dramatic videos. But all right, commentary from yesterday. Sean Campbell says, from yesterday's show, Sex Not Gender. Sean Campbell says, Mike, thank you for the refresher on the talk. It was as hilariously awkward this time as it was back when my dad gave it to me. I'm curious, though, since you mentioned it, and I didn't know, what did you work on at Ion Storm? Was it as crazy and hectic there as the legends tell us? I was not at Ion Storm Dallas, which is where most of the crazy and hectic and drama took place, including... never mind, that's rumor. Well, it's not rumor, it's true, but... I'm not going to go into it. There was lots of drama there. But, yeah. Dallas, there was as much drama as legend tells you. Super Crusader... but not in Austin. Super Crusader says, regarding vaccinations, it's important to remember that only a tiny percentage of people have adverse reactions, while all the catastrophic diseases vaccines protect are still out there. Polio, not in America. Diphtheria. I'm not sure if that's still in America too. Measles doesn't kill anybody. Chickenpox doesn't kill anybody. Even the mumps are devastating illness that have claimed uncounted lives. I haven't looked into the mumps. We've already seen outbreaks of these supposed cured or dead diseases as the anti-vaccination movement has grown. It's not because of the anti-vaccination movement. If you have no polio and people aren't getting polio because there's no polio, it's because of illegal immigration. It's because people are coming into this country who are not being screened. I'm all for parental rights, but we need to carefully consider our options. Yes, there is a very small chance your child will be one of the unfortunate few that reacts badly to vaccinations. But there is an excellent chance that polio, or any other number of diseases the vaccine is protecting against, could leave them permanently disabled or dead. Not in this country. The only cases of polio in this country in the last 50 years have been from the vaccine. Tough choices. I don't envy anyone faced in making them. And primarily my issue, I mean, the whole autism thing, and I really wish they would stop sweeping it under the rug, I think is based due to not necessarily any one vaccine. It's dumping all of these diseases into a child, overtaxing their immune system at one time. I know a lot of anti-vaxxers, or at least people who lean anti-vax, who are like, well, if you just parse them out, like, instead of getting measles, mumps, rubella, it's one shot. You want to pump measles, mumps, and rubella into a toddler or less, an infant, in one dose. I mean, why is this an infant? Let the kid grow up a little. I don't know. It drives me nuts. It's the number of them all at once can do damage to an infant. That's right, Raccoon Raphael. You want to know what vaccine is awful? Yellow fever vaccine. I had to get it. My body was on fire. Oof. That isn't even close to how I got vaccines as a child. Right. If you're 40 years or older, your vaccines were like a couple, right? I think we had like 5 or 7. There's like, I don't know, dozens. There's like 60 now. That's crazy. I was just going through just the scheduled doses here in California. You'd have to get 18 individual shots. Most of those shots with multiple, or 18 individual courses. Each of those courses with multiple shots. So if you're averaging 2, then that would be 36. Is that right? If you're just averaging 2 shots per, then that would be 36. Right? We got like 5 shots, I think, when we were kids. Are we against vaccination now? I am, Joe. I don't know if you are. A portion of increased autism rates is attributable to older age of mothers and changes to the diagnostic guidelines to the ISM. The density of vaccinations is spooky. I don't disagree with that. You might need an SJW vaccine out in California, though. Well, that's the thing. In order for my daughter to get into this private school, she has to be up on her vaccines. She hasn't had any vaccines, which means she needs to take like those all. I don't know. I don't know if it means she has to get all 36 injections at once. I really don't know. Gary said, I had diphtheria as a child. The doctor said I was going to die. Did you have the vaccine, Gary? Did you get diphtheria from the vaccine? I understand the fear, and I definitely think it needs to improve vaccines to make them better and safer, but not vaccinating is infinitely more dangerous. Herd immunity can't be maintained without it. Your opinion. My nephew supposedly has some type of autism, but having dealt with him, my diagnosis is normal kid, overwhelmed mother. Work in Progress says, we were meant to have children at a young age. It's easier on the babies, easier on the mother. Agreed. Oh. You know what else I was thinking today? And I don't know how to... This isn't going to be a natural transition. I'm kind of nerdy. Kind of. Like, I watch guys like Nerdrotic or that Star Wars Girl. And they're like... they know way more about this stuff that I am a fan of. I'm a fan of Doctor Who. I'm a fan of Star Trek. Fan of Star Wars. I'm a fan of all this stuff. But I've never been like so waist deep into this stuff that I can just pull every facet of from every, it's like I watched a lot of the Tom Baker Doctor Who. I watched a little bit of some of the other doctors. But man, some of these guys, like Nerdrotic, I think he's watched every freaking episode of Doctor Who multiple times, and I'm like, that's amazing. I don't know how I can, but the reason I'm kind of nerdy, rather than fully nerdy, is because of my brother. My brother Tom was the cool kid. I was the nerd. He was the cool kid. I was into comics. I was into Doctor Who. I was into Star Trek, Monty Python. And because I was the nerd kid, my brother got some of the nerdy. So he's a little nerdy. And I'm only kind of nerdy because he was the cool kid, and, he got me into skateboarding and hanging out and all that kind of not nerdy stuff. So there was a little bit of give and take, right? I dragged him into some of my nerdier stuff. He dragged me into some of the cooler stuff. So, so I exist in this sort of center lane of nerddom. Jay says, Mike, you sound like me as a kid and now. So, yeah, I don't know. It's. I don't even remember where I wanted to go with that, but I was just thinking of that earlier today. It's like just thinking about focusing on my channel on stuff, and then again, I come back to that thing where I don't want to focus my channel on something that I'm not like waist deep into. I don't know. And I don't want to come in here and say, I'm the world's greatest Doctor Who fan. Come ask me all these questions. And then someone brings up the other Baker, not Tom Baker, the other Baker, and I'm like, oh, I can't even remember what that guy's name is, because that's like, I don't know. I just want to be real. Focus on gaming. See, I'm not even that big of a gamer. I played the heck out of the Call of Duty series 10 years ago. 10 to... Probably for a span of about 8. Nah, probably for a good decade, I played Call of Duty like 4 hours a night, average. It was a career. It was a part-time job. And at the time, man, I could wreck. And I could have probably done a legitimate gaming program on Call of Duty at the time. But now, not so much. I mean, I'll go back and I play Call of Duty, and, you know, I'm happy if I get to the top half of my team, whatever team I'm on. And yeah, I used to, a decade before that, I wasted endless hours playing Age of Empires. I mean, you see how bad I am now. Dude, we would play at the Ion Storm offices, and you can ask anybody who played at the Ion Storm offices. I freaking wrecked on Age of Empires. My friend Jeff was just like, it's no fun playing you anymore. Because I was like mad skilled. I need to figure out how to do the hotkeys again, because that's the thing, is like I would just hit hotkeys and bam, and get all my farms laid out, get all my houses laid out, and now it's like my son beats me. So I guess there were some things. So I can't do a gaming channel. I can't do a Doctor Who channel. And I love the Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is my favorite book series. But gosh, I haven't even read the history books, you know, or I've only read the Game of Thrones books and the Dunk and Egg books. I haven't read. Well, have I read something else? I don't read like every other thing. I'm a fan, but I'm not like crazy super fan, right? So I don't want to be like, hey, this is Mike Miller, Game of Thrones super fan. Come ask me anything, because I can answer a lot of things, and I can talk about it for. Like when I go to con, somebody would come up and talk to me about Game of Thrones. I would talk to him for like an hour or whatever. But you know, have you read Wild Cards? No, I've not read Wild Cards, and yet I've done 2 covers for Wild Cards and promotional illustrations for Wild Cards, but that's just because George asked me to. So I am a Mike S. Miller super fan. I'm a fan of myself. You did? Did Micah do his exercises before he plays his video games? Isaac did, Micah. I think you need to go do yours. I'm making him to do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and 50 squats. Squats hurt. That's right. That's right. Squats hurt. Get over it. 64 people watching now. We started 23 minutes. All right, we'll chat a little bit more before we get into Planned Parenthood. You lose. Good day, sir. F Planned Parenthood. I agree, Ken Jack Ben. Not sure what that F stands for though. It is fantastic. Why not go politics, Mike? And that's another thing. Before a couple of years ago, I could have done a political show, and I was hip deep. I would listen to so much. I would listen to Rush Limbaugh in the morning and Michael Savage in the afternoon. I would listen to not Hannity. I never liked Hannity. Crowder and Shapiro. I was neck deep. Not even hip deep. I was neck deep in politics, so I could tell you everything that was going on a couple of years ago. I don't even have time for that now. Do a Bob Ross type thing. Tucker Carlson is funny. It's so tiring. Politics is tiring. But politics is at least politics is something important enough to get dramatic about, you know? I mean, that's real life stuff affecting real life people on a life or death matter in a lot of cases. Everett Todd asked us if I've read Wheel of Time. I started to read, is it Eye of the World, the first one? But it was right after I'd read the first 3 Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire books. And I started to read Eye of the World, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like trying to read The Hobbit. So slow. I don't need to know the particular hue of green of every blade of grass on the field on your walk to the little town. It's just I may give it another try. You know what I should do? I should do the audiobooks. I should try the audiobooks. And that was another thing I used to do. I used to get into audiobooks all the time. This whole YouTube thing has completely changed the way I run my life. It's craziness. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Aaron says we all love drama. Nobody ever talks about a million airplanes that landed safely. We want the one that crashed. Ooh. Pete Mac, I'm sorry. I couldn't even get into The Hobbit. I couldn't even get to the Shire because Tolkien took so long to describe everything happening before they even got to the Shire. I just noped out, man. I just noped out. I need an abridged version of Tolkien. I don't need to know what every single thing looks like. I don't need the description of the cart and the buggy and the horse and the blades of grass and the leather strap and pick it up a bit. Pick up the pace. You're doing everything too late. You never did John Wick, D&Q. Now it's too late. Zach says, instead of consuming, you're producing. A better use of your time, to be honest. Tolkien for dummies. Oh, Tolkien for impatient. It's not like I have ADD or anything. It's just I like stories to move, Fellowship is better written and has better pacing. Oh, is it? Does it? Emotionally exhausted said, I got to the part in The Hobbit where they're describing all the things they're going to serve at their little Hobbit party. Chucked the book up against the wall and tapped out. Right. That's what I'm saying. Kevin says, my suggestions Mike, are designed to help you focus your channel based on stuff you like. You can relearn the politics and plug back in. I could. I do want to get, it is political season, so I'm probably going to be starting paying attention a little bit more. Maybe that's why I noped out. It was after Trump won. I don't know. It just started getting boring. The Red Green Show was fantastic. Tolkien abbreviated as The Hobbit, condensed story of Lord of the Rings. Just have a Bitcoin show. That's dramatic. Up and down, up and down. Let's see where Bitcoin is today. Look at that. Somebody mentioned it. Might go straight to Bitcoin. And then a lot of these guys, I don't know, are they really upset about all of this stuff in comics? Is it really that offensive if Wonder Woman has a stupid outfit on? I'm just looking at the new, there's a thing on Bounding into Comics today. But that's not Wonder Woman. That's someone. Splinter group of Amazons who broke from the Themyscira, swearing revenge on men and renouncing Zeus and the Olympian gods. They settled in Egypt to become mercenaries. Oh, that's why it looks sort of Egyptian. I don't know. I can look at something and just be like, oh, that's stupid. Without, freaking out about it. Show us. Oh, it's on the other channel. It's on the other. I don't need it. It's not important. It's not important, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's important? Planned Parenthood losing. Planned Parenthood. ChristianHeadlines.com. Oops, that is the wrong one. Come on, Christian Headlines. Properties. Where is it? There it is. All right. Cross examinations. Why is this not coming up right? No. Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's weird. All right, bam. So, it's official. Planned Parenthood to lose $60 million under Trump's pro-life rule. Oh, my nose is itching me. So, Planned Parenthood, you lose. Good day, sir. Planned Parenthood said Monday it will withdraw from a major federal family planning program that's worth an estimated $60 million for the organization, 3 days after an appeals court once again upheld the Trump administration rule that prevents it from referring or promoting abortion. At issue is the Title X federal family planning program that the Trump administration's Protect Life rule that clarifies what recipients can say about abortion. Title X is worth nearly $300 million and provides low-income people with cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, and contraceptives. Planned Parenthood had hoped a federal court would intervene, but on Friday, the U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals once again declined to block it. It was the third time the Ninth Circuit has ruled in favor of the rule, while a lawsuit against it proceeds. The Department of Health and Human Services had given Title X recipients until Monday to decide if they would follow the rule. Bad timing for phlegm. Planned Parenthood on Monday called it an unethical and dangerous gag rule that forced the organization out of Title X. I want our patients to know, while the Trump administration may have given up on you, Planned Parenthood never will, said Alexis McGill Johnson, acting president and CEO of Planned Parenthood. Our doors are open today, and our doors will be open tomorrow. The Trump administration's gag rule will reverberate across the country. Pro-lifers on social media criticized Planned Parenthood for its decision. U.S. Senator John Corwin tweeted, Planned Parenthood chose to withdraw if it couldn't do abortions. So much for phony claim that they are only interested in women's health. National Right to Life said Planned Parenthood chose abortion and dropped their federal funding through Title X, Title 10, which is about $60 million. Is anyone surprised? Federal law prohibits taxpayer funding of most abortions. HHS released a myth versus fact sheet this month defending the rule, saying referrals for abortion are not permitted because the statute written by Congress prohibits funding programs where abortion is a method of family planning. The idea that anyone thinks killing a baby is family planning. I mean, it's so oxymoronic. I have to emphasize the moronic. HHS also pushed back against Planned Parenthood's claim that HHS was harming low-income people. HHS said there are 4,000 Title X service sites across the nation, with Planned Parenthood representing fewer than 400. To the extent that Planned Parenthood claims that it must make burdensome changes to comply with the final rule, it is actually choosing to place a higher priority on the ability to refer for abortion instead of continuing to receive federal funds to provide a broad range of acceptable and effective family planning methods and services to clients in need of those services. Like all Title X providers, HHS added, Planned Parenthood has the option to comply with the 2019 Title X final rule, which faithfully implement the statutes and continue to receive federal funding. Planned Parenthood said it serves 40% of patients nationwide who receive health care through the Title X program. The new rule prohibits Title X funds from being used to, quote, perform promote, refer for, or support abortion as a method of family planning. A separate part of the rule requires recipients to financially and physically separate their abortion services from their non-abortion services. That part of the rule won't go into effect until March. So, what does the rule actually say? Planned Parenthood Title X program. Let's see. So, it's just, I don't know, would they have to stop? Is it that they'd have to stop doing abortions? Or is it that they don't do these other things? They don't do cancer screenings. They don't do... Planned Parenthood essentially just gives out contraceptives and kills babies. So it's not really family planning. It's not really women's health. It's just a baby murder mill. So at any rate, that is the topic du jour, ladies and gentlemen. Oops. Oh, never mind. Mike, the rule is 1. They cannot refer people to abortion services. But Planned Parenthood is an abortion provider. Is it true that Planned Parenthood gets more donations than the NRA? I don't know. I can look it up. Annual donations to Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood annual report. Ooh, this is the PDF. I don't want to read that whole thing. Planned Parenthood's annual report proves. Let me find donations. The group's private donations went up by nearly $100 million last year, bringing the tally to more than $500 million. $500 million from wealthy benefactors. NRA annual donations. Yeah, NRA in its record-breaking year got 366. So they're about 140 million more to kill babies than to protect your Second Amendment rights. How are you practicing the health of women by killing them at a very young age? It's a good question. Atechi, that's disgusting. I don't want to show that. Every service they provide is abortion related. They have no equipment for mammogram, etc. They try to upsell abortion even if you explicitly state you're keeping the baby. Yeah. If you want to read the Form 990s to get the hard numbers, Mike, I don't need hard numbers. That's estimated numbers is fine with me. I don't. And I was getting both of those articles. Like this, the NRA one was from Mother Jones. So it's not a pro NRA. It wasn't a pro NRA site. And then the Planned Parenthood one was National Review. So I was getting each of them from adversarial sources. They are the modern version of Moloch. So yes, Giuseppe, there's the answer for you. Why are we flying through space? Because Earth is a giant blue spaceship. Liberty Bell. NRA members are cheap. Maybe there's just more people who want to kill babies than protect them. Jay Hamilton points out, Margaret Sanger started Planned Parenthood as a means to exterminate black babies. They're immoral and racist. absolutely correct. 80 people watching now. Please hit that like and hit that share button. We've got another 20 minutes to go on this episode of Cross-Examinations. Irk says they pretend to do health screenings, but not one Planned Parenthood facility is equipped with a mammogram device. Yeah, did you ever... There's a video of a woman calling like tons of Planned Parenthoods all around the country asking for mammogram, and they're like, none of them, they're like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. It's like, yes, your health screenings, your health provider, you're so full of crap. Unrelated comments say they give every woman a pregnancy test and an STD test no matter what. Then the woman who came in for an abortion, the abortion is only 33% of what she got there. Oh, that's true. Yeah, they try to claim that abortion is only 3% of their services. Of course, they include services like giving somebody a pamphlet. What the heck is going on with my background? I need to be flying through space, darn it. Not watching commercials. Yeah, giving them pamphlets, or if you hand someone a condom, that's a service, right? So they've got 3% of their service provides almost all their money, because that's the all the other stuff. It's loss leaders. It's loss leaders, you know. It's flyers. It's advertising for your abortion. DJ Peterson says, I'm at dentist, so probably going to have to duck out quickly. No worries, DJ Peterson. Darn space commercials. I know, right? Work in progress. What's going on? Work in progress. My 8-week-old baby is an incredible testimony against abortions. My wife and I are a little older, and my wife is going through severe problems during her pregnancy. Her sister suggested that she didn't have to have the baby. My wife was pretty shaken, and we decided to have a sibling. Prayer for work in progress. You need prayer? Something going on? Sorry, I phrased that wrong. We decided to have my wife's sister in the delivery room. It was a great moment for her to realize what the previous conversation was all about. Oh, okay. No, we have an incredible daughter to add to the family, and my wife and sister has a better understanding of what pro-choice discussion was really about. Right on. God bless you guys. Dark Admiral says 3%. What's that add up to in lives snuffed out? What does Planned Parenthood do about 400,000 abortions a year, I think? Let's find out. Okay, so for this year's 2015, they did 327,653 abortions. Prenatal services, 18,684, and adoption referrals, 1,880. And then dividing the number of abortions by that cumulative figure, 348,217. They perform 887 abortions a day, one abortion every 97 seconds. They would make Hitler so proud. So proud. A third of a million every year. I never want to hope anybody's in hell, but Margaret Sanger, you need a special place right there next to Hitler, because you're better than he is. Better at your job than Hitler ever was. That's the kind of stuff to get legitimately upset about. We kill more babies than any war out there in history. Planned Parenthood alone kills more babies in 1 year. Not just more. What was it? I think it was 56,000 Americans died in Vietnam over the course of the entire war. Planned Parenthood kills 6 times as many babies. Just Planned Parenthood. There's almost 1 million a year if you include the other abortion providers. But just Planned Parenthood alone kills 6 times as many as the entire as many Americans as the entire war in Vietnam killed. Victor says, what is an acceptable time period for abortion? I don't believe there is one. Science says life begins at conception. Oh, gosh. This is back to that whole... I hate to drag this back to this discussion, but the whole Comicsgate is not controversial argument. So I was having that with one of the commenters in my video, and he's like, I'm like, literally, he's saying that, like the basic argument, the ideas of Comicsgate are not controversial. Obviously. Totally agree with you. You know what? The scientific fact, the unassailable scientific fact is that life begins at conception. The truth is the truth, no matter how clear the truth is, but it's still controversial because the meaning of the word controversial is something that is likely to cause disagreement. And that's the definition, the bare bones definition of controversial. So if you can state a scientific fact, and yet somehow you're still going to get a third or half of the people arguing against it, there you have a controversial statement. People don't seem to understand the English language and the meaning of words like controversial. Abortionists equals science deniers. Dark Admiral says, my uncle and his wife can't have kids because he had leukemia. They weren't allowed to adopt until he was clear of cancer for 10 years. But kids not getting adopted is the argument I hear. It is like so hard to adopt kids in America. That's why people go to Russia or China or Uganda or South America or wherever. They farm out. Which I guess is great for those kids because you're like one of my daughter's friends was adopted from China. And she grew up here. She grew up white. Grew up in America. Which means she wasn't aborted in China. She wasn't left in the trash, which often happens in unfortunately in China and unfortunately it happens here too. But hey, if you're saving a little Chinese girl from what is undoubtedly going to be a not great existence because you're in a communist country, and look what the crap is going on in China right now. It is a blessing to be raised in America, so. But I digress. I do digress. Let's go down to the bottom here. We've got about 11 minutes left. My husband and I tried for 10 years to adopt. It is very difficult, right? They are finding roughly 200 kids per year who survive abortions are allowed to die after birth. And the law to prevent this is controversial. You know who voted against that law, right? Mr. Obama. He fought the law when he was a state senator. There's audio of it. It's ridiculous. I'm all for saving children from communism. Mark Steinfeld says, my daughter adopted 2 boy and girl siblings. Love them with all my heart. Yeah, because they're family. Adoption's that neat thing where it's like you get to choose your children. You've been chosen to be a part of this family. Elliot's kids are all adopted. Where are these people's humanities? They have none. Looking at that solar ejector makes me think of the article I saw saying our sun is waning. Science. She blinded me with science. Do, 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 do. Jay Hamilton says, kind of like what Biden said the other day, that conservatives put facts before truth. It's true. Giuseppe says, what about that state where they ask the parents to have an abortion after the child is born? What? I have not even heard of that. What are you talking about? David Murdoch says, Hitler was never able to convince his targets. It was the best thing for them. That's why Margaret Sanger wins. Yeah. Holocaust happening. It's Holocaust happening on repeat every year. Every year. The Holocaust times... How many total died in the Holocaust? 20 million? If you add up the gays and the gypsies and the blacks and the Jews. I think it was somewhere around 20 million. I think Russia killed about 20 million Jews too, didn't they? I forget. Russia's worse than Hitler. Hitler just got all the press. Or Stalin was. But yeah, multiple times, every single year, the Holocaust. They've probably killed more babies than Hitler killed Jews. They kill more babies than Hitler killed Jews over the summer. Six million Jews died in the Holocaust. 6. 12 million is what you heard. Soviet Union death count is higher, just less focused. 74 watching, 15 likes. There's 47 likes. What do you mean? Soviet death count is between 15 and 65 million. Ugh. Want to have it, you suck it. I don't know what that means, Peter Mike. Hitler resented his Jewish heritage. Alright, Lady Celtic Moon, thanks for popping in today. Yeah, abortion kills, but Trump mocking the press. That's the real danger. Yeah, that's the drama. That's the drama. Not the non-stop Holocaust this country has been undergoing for the last 40 years. 40 what years? 46 years. Non-stop Holocaust. Giuseppe says 6 million was the old number before they had access to all the records from that time that exist today. So what's the total now, Giuseppe? It's only showing 15 likes. Refresh. I'm up to 51 now. Let's get it up to 70 likes, guys. Come on, there's 70 of you in here. Remember that when you hear people crying about Trump, 99% of his opponents advocate baby murder. I know, it's disturbing. It's disturbing. Now they're saying 8 million Jews? Really? Oof. Yeah. All right, DJ, have fun at the dentist. I haven't been to the dentist in like 15 years. And my teeth are fine. 70 likes and we get a good drawn and quartered topic. What day is it? It's not Wednesday. Oh, it's Tuesday. No, don't get alt accounts on. I don't need sock puppet accounts. I don't need the number to go up of how many people are watching. I just need real people watching.
There's a wasp in our room.
What?
Yeah, Max was about to eat it.
Ooh, that's probably not a good idea. Can you kill it? Actually, you should probably leave it alone. Max, don't hunt the wasp. Not a good idea. Got 5 minutes to go. In 5 minutes, I'll take care of the wasp. 55 likes now. Right on, right on. Let me see. Let me just read through some other stuff going on in Christian headlines today. Do immigrants hit... What? I can't even read that. Do immigrants fit into the local church? How refugees belong in the body of Christ. Well, I mean, people are people, so why should it be? You and I should get along so awfully. Sudanese woman becomes a Christian after local church helps rebuild her home. Well, that's nice. A new Christian movie? Overcomer? Kendrick Brothers filmmaking tandem may have another successful movie on their hands. Their newest film, Overcomer, which releases in theaters this weekend, exceeding breakthrough in advanced ticket sales on Fandango's platforms. All right, well, as long as they're good movies, that's one thing I can't stand is like, that's why everything with like Christian before it has a bad rap. Christian comics, Christian movies, Christian music. Now, over the last 20 years, Christian music has gotten significantly better. But boy, I don't know, are Christian movies getting better as a category? I can't remember the last one I watched. Oh, actually, last one I watched was Case for Christ, the Lee Strobel movie. And yeah, man, that was a legitimately good, well done movie. So, bam. The problem is, you should do your best unto the Lord, right? Our God is an awesome God. And you should do your best. If you're going to produce a Christian whatever, you shouldn't be selling it on the fact that it's Christian, right? You shouldn't lower your standards to make something or to buy something because it's Christian, right? Oh, I'm supporting the Christian audience because you're... I mean, Christians are just like everybody else. We have uber talented Christian folks, but they don't want to be associated with Christian this or Christian that because of this mentality that, oh, I'm going to buy something because it's Christian, and therefore the standard drops, and so you'll get Christian comics, you'll get Christian books, you'll get Christian media that does not meet the standards of excellence that we should be focusing on. Passion of the Christ, right? Bam, that's the good stuff. But that was 16, 18 years ago. Book of Eli, yes, that was so weird. I love that movie. Love that movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really saying anything revolutionary here. I think it matters that you produce great stuff. Yes, VeggieTales is great stuff. And our good friend Doug TeNapel worked on that for a good while. At any rate, what brand scanner do I use for scanning? I use a Workforce, an Epson's Workforce 7-510. It is a all-in-one scanner, printer, fax machine, copier. Ben-Hur was awesome. Just a well-produced film. You mean the new Ben-Hur? Or the original? The original was, of course, awesome. Anyways, 59 minutes. I think we're about to wrap up here. I do want to thank everybody for coming in and visiting me today for cross-examinations. I'm not entirely sure what today's plans are, as I'm usually not very sure what my plans are for any day of the week. But if I'm on later, I'm on later. Will there be drama? Will there be drama? Whatever. What do you think of your boy Marat Michael's Kickstarter? Yeah, everybody should go back Marat's Kickstarter. Pray for the Sinner. Right? Pray for the Sinner. I think that's what it's called. He's going to bring that over into Indiegogo, and then I will have Marat on, and we will pimp. We will pimp. So, I know, not a great way to end a Christian stream. But, hey, it is what it is. You come here for the low quality Christian streaming. Anyways, love you guys. I'll see you later. God bless you.